So I don't know how many videos on identity, purpose, self-esteem, transformation, productivity, confidence you might have watched before finally landing on this one. But let me tell you a truth that might be hard, but it's very honest. I'm a big sis. Maybe the reason why nothing is working is because you are starting on the wrong foundation. Maybe you are building your whole life on the wrong base. And in today's video, we're going to fix that. You don't need more tips. You don't need more consistency hacks. You don't even need more motivation. What you need is resetting your nervous system. And how do you reset your nervous system? How do you build on this new foundation that you might not have considered before? You reset your nervous system by learning this skill called peace. Peace is the foundation upon which everything is built. It's not even purpose, it's not even identity, it's not even confidence, it's not even productivity. Peace. Peace is not passive. Peace is not a vibe. Peace is a skill that you can learn. The problem is that many people are not taught how to learn this skill or not taught this skill, and that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video. It is from a place of peace that you can hear God's whispers, God's quiet instructions, the gentle nudges, the strategy, the answers to the things that you have been praying and trying to and working for. It is from peace that you discover your purpose. It is from peace that you build your confidence. It is from peace that you regulate your nervous system. It is from peace that you build boundaries without guilt. It is from peace that you speak up in social situations without minding what anybody thinks about you because you are settled in yourself. It is from peace that you learn to protect your self-esteem, that you stop tolerating toxic patterns, that you speak boldly, stop worrying, make wise decisions, and break the cycles of self-sabotage. So it's a peaceful inner world that equips you to face all the challenges in your outer world. Let me say that again. It is a peaceful inner world that equips you to face the challenges in your outer world. Trying to be confident without peace is like enrolling in the university without having learned the basics from secondary school or primary school. Like trying to do this advanced mathematics course without having learned the basics of arithmetics and mathematics in primary and secondary school. It doesn't work. It cannot work. A peaceful inner world equips you to face the battles of low self-esteem, identity confusion, purpose misalignment, productivity paralysis. So this is how I like to put it. No peace equals no clarity. No clarity equals no confidence. No confidence equals no productivity. Everything is connected. So we're going to break this down into two parts. I believe in teaching peace in two levels. First, the mindset, and then the practical structures. So let's get right into the first part. When it comes to the mindset of a peaceful person, I'm going to organize this in levels, and I'm going to tell you the problems that arise at each level as you rise up the ladder. So the ultimate mastery of the skill of peace. So level 1, living by design, not by default. Level 1, you have to understand that you need to live by design and not by default. What do I mean by this? It means you live purposefully, you live intentionally, you live by I choose to, not I have to. It's the difference between I have to do this and I choose to do this. Your life becomes more intentional. You stop going with the flow, just doing things because everybody is doing that, because that's what is expected of you. You know, I think of all the things that we do in our lives just because it is expected of us. You just go to school because, you know, everybody goes to school, or you choose a particular course because that's what everybody is doing. At this level, you start deciding what you accept and what you reject. You build your life from conviction, not compulsion. You build your life from conviction, not compulsion. But there's a challenge at this level. So the level 1 problem number 1 is too many choices. Too many choices. Yes, you've understood that you have to be intentional about making choices, choosing things, and not just letting things be imposed on you. Because again, if you not prioritize your life, someone else will prioritize it for you. But the problem here is too many choices. We live in a world where there are too many options, too many decisions, too much information, and too many voices, too many distractions. So this brings us to the second mindset level. You need to upgrade to level 2, to floor 2. Level 2 is living by the principle of highest contribution. Living by the principle of highest contribution. So a peace lover asks themselves this question: what is the highest level of contribution I can bring to the world? What is the highest and best use of my time, my energy, my resources, and my life? I'm going to say that again. What is the best and highest use of my time, my energy, my resources, my life. So at this level, you understand that you can't do everything. You understand that there are trade-offs, and it's okay. A peace lover understands that trade-offs are not a bad thing. The fact that I have to sacrifice one thing in the moment for another thing is not a bad thing. It is simply the way the world is designed to be. At this level, a peace lover understands that life is in seasons. They understand that you must choose your season. Not everything is good for you in a particular season, and not every open door is your assignment. Not every open door is meant for you to go through. There are some things that are good things but are not God things. They are not the right things for you in that season, and it's okay. At this level, you're able to rest in that reality that, you know what, I'm going to trust God, that when the right thing happens at the right time, then I'll walk through the door. Something can be the right thing but not at the right time. Something can be the right time but not the right thing. And a peace lover at this level of operation knows how to discern the difference. So at this level, you have to stop trying to be everywhere. Stop trying to do everything. Like winter and summer, understand that life moves in seasons. And peace comes when you cooperate with your season. Imagine being in winter and trying to insist on having a day at the beach. You know, you go out with your skimpy clothes, you know, and you'll freeze in the cold, right? You have to flow with the season. You have to understand the season and not try to fight it. Confidence happens when your heart and mind are fixed. Your heart and mind are aligned with the highest version of you. Not the version of you that you have to be. The version of you that you choose intentionally to be based on what your highest contribution to this world is. And all this leads me to the next chapter. So the problem at mindset level 2 is the problem of the paradox of success. So what is the paradox of success? Okay, you have discovered a certain level of purpose, you're working a certain level of purpose, you understand, you know, somewhat what God is calling you to do. You start serving, people start benefiting, doors are opening, more people are coming, there are more demands, there are more expectations. But suddenly you realize that you're spreading yourself thin, trying to serve everybody, trying to be there for everybody. You know, they just have, you know, people have 100% access to you. They message you at any time, can call you at any time. They're constantly seeking out advice, and you don't want to disappoint them because, you know, you're serving them. You want to be available for them. And by this point, you're no longer serving at your highest potential when you start being spread too thin. You know, that's very thing that God has called you to do. It starts being a source of anxiety, a burden to you. It shows that you're walking in a certain level of disobedience, because the very thing that God has called you to do, that's becoming something that is draining your peace. That's becoming something that is tiring to you. Not because you're unqualified, not because you're not anointed for this, not because you're not called to do this, but because you are overextended. So the question becomes, I know I'm working in purpose, but is this the highest level of contribution? Is this the highest way I can contribute? Is this the highest way I can deliver the purpose, the call of God upon my life? And sometimes the answer requires rest, retreat, sabbatical, learning, building capacity, saying no, pausing certain assignments, growing in silence. And in my own life, this looked like me stepping away for a while. I've not been on this platform for a while because I realized that I was spreading myself too thin, trying to serve individuals, whereas I could retreat and actually think, oh, I can write books, or I can put this information in courses so that I'm not serving just individuals at a time. I'm serving hundreds of thousands, by the grace of God, millions of people at a time. But the problem at this level is a people-pleasing problem. You're afraid to say no because you're afraid to not be liked. You are afraid of rejection. You are afraid of not being approved. You are addicted to approval, and the idea that, you know, somebody would request something of you and you would decline scares you. That is such a mark of deep insecurity. A peaceful person has come to a level of settlement and security in themselves where you understand that I might disappoint you for a while, but I'm not aiming to be a nice person, because niceness is not a fruit of spirit. I'm aiming to be a kind person, and a kind thing for me to do is to say no so that I can serve you better. It's to retreat so that I can protect my assets, so that I can actually be a bigger blessing. You might not realize it now. You'll come to understand it. So this leads to the next mindset level. I think this is mindset level 3 right now, right? The mindset is, if you're not saying more no's than yeses, then you're actually doing something wrong, probably making the wrong choices. There are just so many distractions, choices, opportunities in this world that it only makes sense that you you have more no's than yeses. If you're saying yes more times, then you're likely accepting things that God has not called you to do. You're doing more than God has called you to do, and it's just a matter of time. So you start becoming drained and clouded in your mind and lacking your clarity and lacking rest that is required for the highest version of yourself. At this level, the problem is the fear problem. This is the most challenging problem of all these mindsets, is the fear problem. And this leads to the next mindset level, overcoming the fear wall, because a peaceful person is willing to act not out of fear but out of faith. They're willing to act out of trust and out of surrender. They don't try to force things to happen in their own time and in their own way. A peaceful person is willing to surrender to God, that at the end of the day, you know what, I'm not in control, God is in control. Or rather, they focus their newfound free time, because if you apply all of this mindset, you're going to realize that you have free time on your hands. They use this time to actually build systems that sustain them. They use this time to remove more things, because peace is not about adding more things into your life, it's about removing as much as possible, to you're left to just the very, very essentials. So what are people afraid of? Peace will require you to do things that other people aren't doing. When everybody is going with the crowd, peace will require you to go the other way, to do things that your culture doesn't expect. When your culture glorifies, overworking and just being busy for the sake of being busy and no sleep and the grind and the hustle, you're going to be anti-cultural, and that is scary. Peace will put you in a position where your friends, your family doesn't even understand what you're doing, because you're not doing things the conventional way. And even your old self won't recognize the person you are becoming. And that dissonance is scary. Peace forces you to confront the terrifying question, what if I stand alone? What if I stand alone? To protect your peace, you have to set boundaries and make people uncomfortable. You have to reject opportunities that everybody else would die for. You have to say no when your entire nervous system wants to say yes. You have to take the unpopular path, detach from people's expectations of you, step out of that group mindset, walk in the opposite direction of the crowd. And yes, that is very scary, but for your own healing and your own journey, it absolutely needs to be done. It is a fear of, what if this opportunity that I'm letting go of doesn't come again? What if I disappoint somebody who needs me? I remember when I had to start saying no to people who would come to me for counseling, because I knew I was working on some books, I was working on some courses that would actually help them, instead of me feeling drained, serving them. And it was scary. It forces you to think, what if I don't please this person and they reject me? What if people misunderstand me? What if people misunderstand my intentions? What if I lose my audience? I've been away from YouTube for a while and I had to come to terms with the idea. What if I come back to YouTube and everybody has unsubscribed? People are no longer interested in watching any of my videos. And thoughts like that are scary. Purpose is not always easy, but purpose should not feel suffocating. When purpose starts introducing anxiety, resentment, and fear, pressure, exhaustion, is usually a sign of disobedience. Not disobedience to people, disobedience to God's instruction to protect your peace. Because if you're doing things that God did not ask you to do, even if they are good things, you'll feel frustrated, you'll feel overwhelmed, and you'll feel resentful. Fear whispers, if you stop being available, they'll forget you. If you rest, you'll lose momentum. If you step back, the platform will disappear. But peace says, I trust God. Not algorithms. I trust calling, not people's calling. I trust God's calling, not applause. I trust assignment, not pressure. I trust that what God gave me, He will sustain. This is a mindset shift that you need at this level. So stop forcing things, stop chasing people, stop clinging to opportunities, stop performing, stop hustling in fear. Peace is alignment. Peace is surrender. Peace is rest. And I go over all these peace mindsets in our upcoming Secure Mentorship 2026. I go into greater detail and really give you the practical tools. In the next part of this video, I'm going to be giving the structural systems that are needed, very practical. But if you're saying, Daniela, I get you, but I want to go deeper into all of this, I think that you're saying resonate with me. I really want to go deeper and I want to have you as an accountability partner. Then you should register for our Secure Mentorship 2026. I'm going to leave the link in the description. We also have lots of resources, books that are going to support you, that are going to guide you on this journey. I'm going to again leave the link in the description box. Please get them. And I'm so excited to see you in our mentorship program. And again, if you want to see the structural, very practical systems that I put in place in my own life, then you need to watch out for the next video structural systems for peace.